Today, I put every single running back in the NFL on one team. No, like literally every single one. There's no running backs in free agency, and every team's running back room is empty. And because I'm a little crazy and I really wanted it to be empty too, I also included fullbacks in this. They got back in the name. They're basically running backs. So this is actually part 3 of this series. We've done quarterbacks and wide receivers so far, and you guys are really loving it so far, and these videos are a ton of fun to make, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Now, in the last video in this series where we did receivers, it was interesting because when I moved guys to different positions, oftentimes they got better. I'm gonna give you a little spoiler that doesn't happen with running backs. Figuring out the positions for this team took forever. But to keep this series like fresh and interesting as we go, you'll see in this video I came up with an idea how we're actually gonna improve this team a little bit by actually playing some games. First, we're gonna take a look at the roster, then we'll jump into a game and I'll explain how everything's gonna work this time. But first, I wanna say thank you to the 1% of people who are subscribed who watch these videos. It's honestly an amazing feeling to see people being so responsive to the videos I'm making. So today I wanted to do something special. Starting right now, you can go to the top of the description and find a link to a Gleam giveaway. In that link, there's multiple ways to enter. We're giving away 5 copies of Madden. It can either be PlayStation, Xbox, or Steam. It'll be whichever one the winner wants. 1 Nintendo Switch, Deluxe 2, it comes with Mario Kart 8, and a PlayStation 5. Just gonna leave it back there so it's out of the way. And I do have to say, there is no sponsor for this video. This is something that I just wanted to do because I wanted to be able to show my gratitude, honestly, for the people who are subscribing and watching these videos. I've been an editor for over 10 years. Like, I've done a bunch of commercials and cool stuff with cool brands. If you wanna go see it, you can go to my website. It's also linked in the description. But to be able to finally make videos for myself where it's whatever I wanna do and having a place to engage with the people who are watching the videos, it's honestly really an unbelievable feeling. So anyway, top link in the description, Gleam giveaway. There's multiple ways to enter, like subscribing here and like following on Twitter and like TikTok and other socials. And this is definitely crazy, but the idea just popped in my head, so I'm just gonna say it out loud. If we somehow hit 100,000 subscribers while this giveaway is still active, I'll double it and give away 2 of each. But I do want to get back into the video, so I just want to say thank you again. Now let's go check out this team. So we'll start looking at the team with the running back position. So we obviously had a lot of options here. The 3 that I decided to go with was Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs. I do think having Chubb, who's like a very well-rounded back, combined with more of the power back of Derrick Henry, could do really well for us. Josh Jacobs as well, I think we can get on the field on 3rd downs. Similar to Saquon Barkley, where he could have been obviously a really good running back on this team, but just to get him on the field more, he's gonna be our fullback. He's an 81 overall. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 options that could have been slightly better, like an 83, 85 range, but I do just wanna try to get Saquon on the field as much as possible. At receiver though, we're in like the land of mid. So as you can see, our top overall is Christian McCaffrey, an 84. He's obviously, I think, like one of the more well-rounded players on this team. But as we go a little bit lower on the depth chart, we have some options of speed. Like Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs, I really just wanted to be able to get on the field. Like every guy here can catch the ball at a pretty decent rate. Whether we can throw them the ball though is a good question, and we'll get to that at the end. Tight end, we have Aaron Jones, Kareem Hunt, and Jonathan Taylor. So Jonathan Taylor was actually part of the reason why we picked the Colts. I thought it would just be funny to put all the running backs on the team where the owner didn't want to pay the running back. I thought that'd be kind of fun. Jonathan Taylor is pretty much only good at running back. And even still, he's only an 86. Like, he'll never see the field being 4th on the depth chart here. So, I mean, maybe he can catch some passes at tight end, but we'll see. So now is where it's going to get a little more interesting. So my first attempt at recording this video yesterday, I was like an hour-ish, maybe an hour plus in, when I realized that I didn't include fullbacks on this team. Our fullbacks, running backs, all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. So once I had that fullback realization, I looked around at some of the guys in the league and literally scrapped the whole video I had already filmed and restarted. So there's a bunch of guys you're about to see who you might have never even heard of. But while I'm editing this video, I'll put on screen like where these guys actually play in real life. So at left tackle, we have Patrick Ricard. He's a 56 overall with Latavius Murray as his backup. Kyle Juszczyk was actually how I realized that fullbacks were not on this team. He was like an 88 fullback, but on the line, he ends up being around a 59. I can slot him around in a few different places, but on the line, I think is where he's gonna be the best for us. At center, I mean, he could have been a 12 overall. Zeke was gonna be the center. I mean, come on. Right guard is Alex Ingold, another fullback. Andy Janovich is his backup. Same thing with Reggie Gilliam. If I didn't include fullbacks in this video, they never would have been a part of this series. So I think the running back position is like where they would fit in the best. At left end, Kevin Smith, another fullback. Same thing with Jason Kabinda here, who plays for the Lions in real life. Jacob Johnson plays for the Raiders in real life. He's honestly a pretty good overall defensive tackle. And then at linebacker, we have Derek Parrish, Zach Charbonnet, my favorite Rewind. And Kenneth Walker III. Pretty decent group on the left. Nick Bellore, Brian Hill, and Derek Watt in the middle here. I mean, 67 overall middle linebacker is actually really good for us. Right outside linebacker, we have Paul Quisenberry, Leonard Fournette, and Michael Burton. Previously, Fournette was one of our best linebackers, but I think with the rotations on defense, Fournette will still get in the field a bunch. At cornerback, we have Godwin and Buike, who's a 65 overall. I mean, honestly, pretty good. Tywan Jones, Jarek McKinnon, Izzy Abanaconda, and Kendre Miller. Similar to some other groups, it's not bad, but it's not good. At safety, we have Tony Pollard and Najee Harris, and Isaiah Pacheco and Breece Hall. And then at kicker, we have Jamal Williams and punter Dalvin Cook. Look, all the guys who actually had any kicking attributes, I needed at other positions. So I just put anyone there. I mean, we're not going to kick it anyway, as we've seen in the previous videos. It's basically impossible when your attributes are this low. And at quarterback, we have Cordell Patterson and Cam Akers. Oof, this room, 27 and 22. The options were very slim at quarterback. Cordell Patterson was up there for everything for quarterback. I mean, he's still really bad, but he's our best option. But he might only be that low of a rating for now, because what we're gonna do is play our first regular season game. And what I've decided, because this team is so bad, is that for every touchdown I score, I'm allowing myself to raise one player to a 90 overall. I originally thought about doing 99 overall just because this team is really bad, but I thought that might be a little too much. Whereas a 90 makes him an above average player. And if you think about it, for a guy like Cordell Patterson, going from a 27 to a 90 is still a huge leap for him. And defensively, what I'm gonna do is that if a guy, wow, he picked it. He threw it right to him. That was really quick. What I was gonna say is defensively, if we get a sack or an interception, that specific player, so I don't get to choose, he becomes a 90 overall. So Isaiah Pacheco, 90 overall now. And here he is, our man, Cordell Patterson. This is gonna be a pretty rough experience at quarterback, I imagine. Can we run the ball? Oh, we can't block, but Nick Chubb can spin out of tackles and lose 5 yards. So off to a real rough start here. I mean, I don't even know if Patterson can throw it that far. He can. I think the issue with Patterson is that all these passes come out as kind of lobs. He can't kind of bullet pass into anything. Okay, well, we had a really nice run and now we're 1st and 18 after the penalty. What I was saying was, I think our line is decent enough to hold up for just the initial wave of defense. I think anything more than that is just going to be asking for a lot, as Cordell Patterson breaks 2 tackles there. But I think on 3rd down here, we should be able to pick up 4. Nice cutback. I'm just going to try one here. I don't think it's a great idea, but we don't know exactly until we try. Pass interference for sure. Defense. It was a lot shorter than I expected. So I thought with McCaffrey, maybe I could try to aggressive catcher or something. Ended up drawing the defensive pass interference, which is great. And yeah, I think running is where we're just gonna have to really rely on our strengths here. Can we work the short game? I actually kind of wish they brought pressure. Oh, there we go, to Eckler there, I think. 9-yard pickup, so now we're gonna try to work it in the red zone here. We just need to get at least 1 touchdown, because I think upgrading at least Cordell Patterson to a 90 can make this offense halfway functional. Do we try the read option here, or do we just, Zeke's got no one on him right now. Cut back and touchdown. All right, so we got ourselves our first touchdown, which means our first 90 overall upgrade that we can choose the player. Hands down, it's going to Cordell Patterson. The fact we've been able to hold them to field goals when this is their average starting field position, and they score with Calvin Ridley there. Yeah, we can't punt the ball. Punts look like this.
1 eternity later.
That was one of the most painful games of Madden I think I've ever played in my whole life. Okay, Cordell Patterson is now a 90. And for getting that interception, Isaiah Pacheco's a 90 overall now too. And I moved him to corner, so we can hopefully be semi-competent on defense. So I simmed ahead to midseason so that they can gain some skill points so we can get them upgraded. So they beat the Texans 31-28 and the Titans 31-21. Rest of the games, all else. And we got a lot of upgrades we can do here, which is very nice. What is happening on my screen right now? This is disturbing. I honestly hope this is just slightly more fun to play than the first game was. I literally got up and took a walk after playing that first game because it was just mentally pretty draining. But Cordell Patterson can throw the ball now, so there might actually be some hope offensively to score some points. I haven't exactly decided yet. Oh, we gotta catch that. What I was saying was I haven't decided if this game is gonna count for upgrades, just run. Close to 1st down yardage there. I think now that we have a quarterback that can actually throw the ball, we're gonna do upgrades for this game as well. So it'll be the same deal. Every touchdown gets me 1 more 90 overall. Barkley is wide open. Please hit Barkley on this. He was standing there wide open. And he catches it. Wow. Having a quarterback who can throw the ball is amazing. Can Jamal Williams make an extra point? I feel like probably not. Can't even kick it forward. So they scored on one play on offense. So we're back on our offense now. And we get McCaffrey again off this press coverage and just try to get him quick. Beats him. And he catches it again. Break a tackle. Break another tackle. I love that press coverage glitch. Like, I don't even know if it's a glitch, but can we get our second touchdown? And our second upgrade. I know we've jumped around a bunch in this video. I just want to actually show good gameplay, and that's not good gameplay. I do think with like 1 or 2 more upgrades, this team could actually compete, because it's just like defensively right now is where they just can't do anything. But offensively, like even just making one change with Patterson getting the upgrade, they can actually like look like a functioning like normal offense. And I think we stand a decent chance, get outside, to win this game here. I like couldn't formulate a complete thought there. We should be able to keep up with them. Can we just lob it over? Get it, Eckler. Touchdown. There we go. Now, I know we didn't do any upgrades in the previous 2 videos, but I did think this team was going to particularly struggle as we get a sack there. We got Derrick Henry in the backfield here. Let's try to run it with him and use some power. Yeah, he does get a little truck there. So he gets 6 yards, so 3rd and 2 now. Ooh, I do like McCaffrey outside. Or Eckler. Let's see. Neither of them beat, but we should have the running back. No, it's Kamara. I don't know why I said the running back. They're all running backs. We had Kamara on the wheel, I think it was, and he was wide open on the sideline. 24 seconds now. I would love to work the sideline here. That was awful pass, but he breaks the tackle and he's in for a touchdown. Aaron Jones. That was one of the most awkward little like broken tackle animations I've seen. He kind of got hit and bounced off, but he stayed on his feet and got the score. I would love to call a draw here. I know he's going to drop back and take forever on it, so we'll just do it anyway. And he breaks the tackle and he's in. Ooh, I did not think we were going to get it. That draw play is very bad. Very, very bad. And yeah, we win 39-31. Patterson had 4 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing, and Nick Chubb had a rushing touchdown as well. So we get 6 upgrades from that game. The first one goes to Nick Bellor. The next one goes to Jason Cabinda at the right end, and Ben Mason on the left end, and Izzy Abonaconda at corner. Breece Hall's a 90 at safety now, and Bijan Robinson's our best wide receiver now at a 90. So the team definitely looks way better now than it did at the start. I mean, especially defensively, we have 3 90s in the secondary, 2 on the line, and 1 at middle linebacker. It almost looks like a real football team. But we're 3-5 right now. Now that we've improved the team a bit, can we make the playoffs? And we went 10-7, but missed the playoffs. Oh yeah, we lost to the Jags week 1, the game we played when we couldn't do anything. And in week 6, 14-28. Stats wise though, Cordero Patterson had 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. The 4 interceptions is shocking to me. Rushing, Chubb had a huge year with 1,614 touchdowns. Our playbook was really good for a rushing quarterback. We had 700 yards basically and 6 touchdowns. Derrick Henry had like 250 and 5. Barkley with 120 and 4 from the fullback position too. Receiving, Eckler had 10 touchdowns. Wow. I really thought it was gonna be McCaffrey, but he only had 2. On the defense, Jason Cabinda had 8.5 sacks. Wow, Isaiah Pacheco had 7 interceptions. Him getting that pick in game 1 like fully changed his season. And yeah, in this season, the Bills win the Super Bowl 33-14. Let me know in the comments what you thought about doing the upgrades for this episode. I want to try to make each video in this series just a little bit different, just so it's not the same video every time with different players. But yeah, open to any suggestions of how you want me to do the next one. I think we're gonna go defense next. And don't forget, top link in the description. You can win a PS5, Switch, or a copy of Madden. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, enter the giveaway, and I'll see you guys next time. Be good people.